Welcome, folks, to the home of the Golden Gophers here in Minneapolis. This is a charged-up, on-campus environment, and they are ready for this collision. This is not a normal matchup. Two teams ranked in the top 10, colliding right here in the middle of the season, trying to make a strong statement. Big playoff implications. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the North Texas Mean Green, taking on the 9th-ranked team, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. The Golden Gophers will kick this away to start us off. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. So North Texas's offense is going to get the chance to start this game off. And here he comes, the quarterback, all eyes on him. He's the guy that just makes everything go.
Well, this guy's Mr. Do-It-All. It's almost odd to say this about a quarterback, but he truly does. He's the echo of the coach and the connector of this offense. When everyone is hooked up to him, this team operates at maximum capacity. And that usually means their opposition is in trouble.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, you'd love to see a few more yards here to give yourself a better chance on 3rd down. Now, here early in this game, we get a big 3rd down to see if this offensive line can keep the pressure off the quarterback.
That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Gosh, Chris, I just love this atmosphere. The home field advantage on full display. The defense flying around with energy. Nice job there on that 3rd down of using the energy from the crowd to make that stop.
So Minnesota's offense gets their first crack now. Well, wide receiver, Kirk, this dangerous, who lines up all over the place. Can the linebackers step up and help out the secondary enough today?
Yeah, usually you see these matchups, the slot receiver has a big advantage. But I'll tell you, this linebacker is an excellent athlete. But the wide receiver he's covering today will pose a textbook challenge to see if he can truly cover.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. And the running back takes the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, there's that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
It's a quick grab. And they wrap it up after the completion, just short of the 1st down marker.
The key on a drag route is to put the ball out in front of the wide receiver to give him a chance to do what he just did. Pick up some valuable yards after the catch.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0. So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he stopped with the 18. Returner trying to make a play, and a touchback would have been a better idea. North Texas's offense is back out there now. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. The sure hands. It's Ferguson. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. The completion makes it 2nd down. Looking for a gap. It's Gray. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a 1st down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. The backs got it. They've got him down out near the 40.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
One of those critical third down plays coming up. Tackle is made, but that's good for a first down to the 47.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. First and 10 now for the offense. And he drops back in the gun. Grab down the middle. It's Coleman.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They get him down to wrap up the first period of play. And it's Minnesota in front here, Kurt. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. First down. We're going to throw the football. Taking a shot here. Oh, nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
It is really tough on a quarterback when he thinks he's got a completion, an open man downfield. The ball's just about to get to his receiver. Then out of nowhere, the defensive back steps in front of it and knocks away. Nice job.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
And here comes the field goal unit onto the field. This try is no good. A missed chance to tie this game. Still down by 3. And the Minnesota offense takes the field. They were fortunate to get points on the last possession because of a long-range field goal. And the back gets the football. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Short loss in the play sets up second and long from the 18. Hand it off for a draw. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker. So the offense faces a third and manageable here from the 25-yard line. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. And he cannot escape the defense with a sack.
Man, I'm shocked this guy is trying to get outside and make a play, Chris. You know what he's all about. Sit in the pocket, make a read, get the ball out of his hands. Here he's desperate, trying to make a play on the outside. Really not in his arsenal, as you see, and it backfires for a big loss.
And the mean green offense is back on the field now. They need something out of this possession. The last time they settled for a field goal attempt, but then they missed it. And they'll start the drive here from the 23-yard line.
Well, it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
They call the draw play here. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down. Tough situation with the offense. Third and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Escapes the pocket, but cannot make a play, and they sack him. Punting, ready to boot it away. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And the Minnesota offense takes the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. With the catch, it's Williams. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. We find the slot receiver on a drag route that time.
Yeah, you don't really see this very often from a slot receiver on this drag route, but a nice call here, nice little wrinkle. Quarterback does a nice job of waiting for him to clear the traffic and then found him for a nice gain.
And the Golden Gophers lining up here on 1st and 10. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. Oh, he doesn't hang on. Looks like it was deflected before he got to him. That'll bring up second down.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
The catch makes it a more manageable third down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now. A new set of downs after that completion. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Grab near the sticks. It's Simpson. And he's brought down at the 1-yard line. What a play on the completion.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The Golden Gophers trying to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
What a job by this defense. They would simply not relent. Incredible effort.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Oh, and he can't hang on. Wow, would have been a touchdown. Got to shake that off now. It's third down coming up. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
A little bit surprised here, Chris. I thought they might put the ball in the air here on 3rd and goal, but instead they run the football, keep it on the ground, and they get the touchdown.
The extra point makes it a 10-point game. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And the coverage team brings him down at the 26. Final 9 seconds of the half as they line up here on 1st and 10. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. Looks like they'll take a knee in the final play and head to halftime with the lead. Looks like the offense is content to run out the clock here and just take it to intermission. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The kickoff team out there now to get the second half underway. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Minnesota offense takes the field. Looking to throw it on first down. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. Not a big return, but the pick ends the scoring threat. The offense will now take over at the 30. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Handoff here from the shotgun. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. And that's a solid gain for the defense able to bring him down. Second down play coming up for this offense. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, North Texas.
That kind of play is almost impossible to defend. When the quarterback is throwing the ball with that kind of accuracy and timing, and the receiver runs a route like this, good luck trying to stop it. So maybe this is a great start for this combination, this quarterback and receiver, for a big day.
He'll bring it out from his end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And the Minnesota offense takes the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. The interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Comes up with the catch. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, they knew all week that they would have an opportunity to face a lot of man coverage and a lot of blitzing today. And one way that they felt they could counter that, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, and especially on the quick slants for big gains.
Handoff to the back. Defense finally able to get him down after the juke, but he picks up a decent gain.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring second and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
They stop him, but it's a first down.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
That completion makes it second and medium. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. The short completion of the tight end.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Lets it go quickly. Over the middle and incomplete.
Oof, the risk of throwing on 3rd and short. Lots of second guessing going over on that sideline about that play call. You got to wonder if they're going to go for it anyway on 4th down, but what will be the play call?
And no chance for a return as the punt sails out of bounds. Here comes the North Texas offense back on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. Caught over the middle. It's Young. The gain is enough to move the sticks. Ball at the 40.
Chris, this guy has a big-time arm. He just zipped the ball in there. You know, you could sometimes show your arm strength in other ways than just bombing it deep.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 45. An explosive play. They'll finally make the tackle down to the 27-yard line.
Man, I really love the way more and more offenses are using the receiver in motion pre-snap. Give him a chance to get the football with a couple of blockers in front of him. He's got all that speed built up. You get the ball in his hands, and you better look out. He could be off to the races.
They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. Important second down play coming up. He'll hand it off. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss.
I just love.
Touchdown, Mean Green. Will take the lead in the second half.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you had to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. First down here for this offense. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And as we take a break to flip ends in the field, let's take a quick look at the current national rankings. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Handing off on the draw play. That gain moves the ball out near the 25.
Boy, draws and screens are a great way to counter an effective pass rush. Allow those defensive ends to get upfield and then hand it off at the last second.
Quarterback in the shotgun here on third down. Grab down the middle. It's Johnson. And it's good for a first down to the 36. And the Golden Gophers come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. They keep the drive going. It's a first down at the 46.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Caught quickly. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's second down and 8. Made the catch, but he was surrounded with not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Keeping it on the ground here. Fighting him off. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run?
Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as the quarterback. The defense did not bite at all in the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Caught near the sideline, but just a short gain. When he goes down after a short gain, that's not enough for the first down. Down one possession in the fourth quarter, and the offense is going to try to convert here on fourth down. It's press coverage now from these DBs. The pocket breaking down. And he's brought down. A sack will end this drive. Huge play here by the defense. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Handoff as they try to work the clock here. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. The defense got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all three to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
How aggressive will they be on this first down play? So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. They'll test the right side here. Running with purpose. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. He tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Oh, he misfires again, 3 in a row.
Interesting call here, Chris, to throw the ball on 3rd and short, unable to come up with a first down. Now here at 4th down, you got a big decision to make. Do you kick the field goal just to add to the lead, or maybe go for this here with a chance to drop the hammer?
That one straight down the middle.
Boy, this guy has such a strong leg. No problem. Up into the net from 50-plus.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Minnesota offense takes the field. Last possession, they went for it on 4th down, but got stoned. Let's see what they can do this time. Cannot get the throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this stage of the game. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Grab down the middle. It's Simpson. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker. The clock is still running. I have to hurry up here, but it's a crucial 3rd down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Looking away. This one caught. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches. Down by 7. They've got to convert here for a chance to tie this game. Drops back, looking for a 4th down conversion. And he's swarmed by the pass rush. A sack to end this drive.
Now, the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still has got to take off and try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. 2nd down play coming up. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So now it's 3rd and short on the 21 as this defense tries to make a stand and force a field goal attempt or a 4th down stop.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
And the kick is good. Offense settles for 3 on the drive. And that will extend their lead even further.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. And the Minnesota offense takes the field. Last time they gambled and lost. Went for it in 4th down in their territory and got stopped. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. And now they'll just clock it. Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. Running out of time in the pocket. Just gets the pass away, but took a shot that time.
Man, the quarterback here just threw this football away on 3rd and short. Starting to wonder about this running game right now. If on 3rd and short you decide to throw for it, maybe they're looking to give the defense a new look or maybe keep them guessing. Let's see what they do here on 4th down.
Caught over the middle. It's Simpson. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down. The Golden Gophers looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
It's 2nd down.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away.
I really feel that this quarterback is rattled. At this point, he's already been sacked a number of times. I think it's affecting his timing with his receiver.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And here's a deep throw with the clock winding down. And it's incomplete as time runs out. Game over. Well, here we are, midpoint of the season, and this group is still marching.